Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I'm tired this morning. I'll tell you that much. Oh, it was like I spawned on it. No. Where is my car? I can't remember, I'll be honest. Bing, 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 bing. Okay, I think I was at BC though. Air frick you. I saw what the emote you put in here. I saw it. Did it just spawn in the wall? Oh, okay, we're good. Where am I? I'm fucking locked in. Oh, we're good. Don't you dare hate Jeff. I will hate Jeff all day, every day. I played a bit of Rivals last night. I popped off on Winter Soldier. I went again on Jeff's head, man. And it was fucking great.
Hey, Doc. How you doing?
Oh, hey, damn. But not too bad, mate. You?
Pretty good.
Why was I here? What rank am I at? I haven't played ranked in like a week, but I think I'm silver 1 at the minute. I think that might be when I was on stream with Kirby. Right, let's do a quick little announcement. I want to make sure I'm getting these up every day. Next few days. So this is right. Yeah. A message from San Andreas. Can I shift enter in here? I don't know. Let's do this. Is that the right link? The right link. What are you, Chara? What are you sitting at? Well, shit, it didn't work. Hold on, let's see if I can put it as a PNG. I do like .png. Yeah. Oh wait, it's worked. I see it on the other screen. There we go. Your platform bug. Oh, 3. Never mind. Carry me. Oh, I did forget the PNG. No, it's there. Oh my god. I'm a boomer. I'm a boomer.
Oh! Hello.
I'll I'll retweet with the actual one. How do I read? Man, I really suck at this, huh? Sorry guys, I'm a boomer. Oh, did someone add it for me? Okay. Well, that person was very nice. It's Kappa dot whatever the fuck. It always fucks up, but alright. Hi Jaden, buddy. Right, what am I doing? Christian, thank you for the 16 months. Where is Uncle Rhodes up? Is he up this way? He's not.
Hey,
Hey, honey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Where are you right now?
Mission Row?
Um, can I have a ride?
Where are you?
Be sure so.
I'm on the way.
Thank you. All right, I'll see you soon.
Doing the speed limit.
Of course. I expect nothing less.
Do you want nothing less than the speed limit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I just. Did you know about Barrick's journal?
Yeah, I need to speak to him because I wrote a search warrant for it.
I heard what the contents of it was, and I'm uninterested in. Apparently, he's fine. By the way, I spoke with Sky.
I heard he's at a hospital, but I don't know anything more than that.
Well, no. Okay. So the context that I have is he was missing, then he was in the ICU, and then you informed me when I was up late that one day,
Yeah.
that he was just there was no signs of like any sort of like struggling or anything.
At
Like
the
it didn't
hospital,
seem like
right?
he
Yeah.
was kidnapped. Yeah, but nobody could find him or locate him.
Yeah.
So that's the last I heard, and then Sky mentioned that he has been like he's good. Mentioned what the general contents of the journal was, but I made it clear that like I have no interest in reading it. I know she mentioned I was in there, but one of those like out of respect for Barrick, I'm not going to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's I mean, to put it bluntly, it was a goodbye. So
Yeah.
I'd avoid that. I mean, I had to read it in case there was details of,
Right.
his capture and stuff, but yeah, it wasn't the nicest thing to do.
But yeah, out of respect for Barrick, I have zero desire to read it because when you're in that when you're in a place where you are writing a goodbye to individual people because you don't know whether or not things are going to pan out, like you can't plan that moment. Like
No.
it's happening in real time, and what is being said is kind of like a should anything happen.
Yeah.
And because he's still with us, I don't feel it appropriate. I understand why you had to given the circumstances, but I can't because you have to be mentally somewhere that in an overwhelming majority of situations you never have to be.
Yeah.
And I don't want Barrick to feel as though like I will ever think differently of him, regardless of whether or not what he put is good or bad. Like I'm gonna let him know I have no idea what's in there, and I don't want to know. Like, just if I had to equate this to something, it's like it's not a fair comparison in the slightest, but for the same reason, when all of the like Sky text message drama stuff was happening, like zero desire, none, absolutely none. Out of respect for Sky, like there's no shot I would ever go through and look at what somebody was sending in terms of text messages. That's absurd.
Yeah.
It's like a breach of privacy, and it's just it's like icky. Like I don't. I don't know. Maybe it's because I have a general understanding of like, you know, how you and I talk is far different than how I don't fucking know. Let's say Lucas and Pins talk. And you might have these, you know, these inside jokes that other people may look at and sort of turn their head sideways because they have no fucking context because that conversation was never meant to be outside of those two individuals,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't want to hint at it. Like, I want nothing. To me, it doesn't exist. Outside of, you know, when I do eventually get to speak to Barrick, letting him know that I heard that there is a journal, but that I have not and will not read it out of respect for him. And I know what he's going to say. He's going to say, you can read it. It's fine. But it's still like, still a no, regardless of what he says.
Yeah, it's I don't know, he wrote it in a moment of like I guess acceptance and stuff like that of what might happen, and he was just being vulnerable with himself and writing something if in case something bad happened, and I think that bad thing thankfully hasn't happened, so no one should be reading it.
I agree. That's where I stand. Do we have like much context behind who, like, we know who's responsible, but like, I think we do. I don't know. The general
Yeah, we
group,
know that it was Tripass or Tripass. I don't know how to say it. It's Spanish. And Beric said it was Edgar De Castillo, Brandon Valentino, Sonia Summers, and then he said the Faceless was there, and I'm going to imagine that's the guy that we've identified a few times wearing a blue suit and a skull mask.
Now, when you say skull mask, are we talking like, do you remember when OTT used to roll around with a skull mask? It was a long time ago, but
I can't remember. It's like the full, like it's like fully over his head, all the way round. Kind of decorated a little bit. Yeah, let me see if I can.
hold on one second. Oh, Sky got a ping from McQuillan earlier.
Oh, really?
Yes. However, there was nothing. She said she checked the area and there was nothing. The ping was like from the middle of a road. And I informed her that with you, there was a note. With King, there was a note. King's, I believe, happened yesterday. I don't believe there's a report written. And then referencing reports, I saw Arcadia as well, and there was also a note. So I find it weird that there wasn't one for Sky.
Yeah, maybe given she was the one who prosecuted, then you might be going after her directly.
I want to check the area that she was at. I want to say she said somewhere off of Steel Way. Let's see if she wrote a report.
What have I put for the card? So I can show him. Mark.
Nothing. I mean, Steel Way's up here.
Oh, it's because they don't have PNGs in, is that why?
It's possible that it was missed, but I don't know where the ping was.
I'm sending you a text. Have a look at that. That's the guy that's been spotted a few times now. Suspected to be the Faceless, or at least one of the members. So we know who kidnapped Barrick, you know, but it's about proving it, right? We arrested Sonia Summers and a guy called PC, or his first name N. So we had those two in custody. They're on a hold, but I still haven't got their phone records. Because the original one got denied on duration. So I need to resubmit and get their phone records before we do anything, really. But,
I mean, what period of time are you requesting?
So what I requested is, so let's say Barrett was found on the 15th. I requested the 16th for UTC reasons, and then I went all the way back to the 2nd of January. And the reason I did that was because NPC's phone, his phone number that we got on scene from his phone came back to the scene on the 2nd of January, when Larry Knox got attacked by a helicopter, and that number called him up and was like, "Are you scared now?" That was the number that called him, right? So I was like, okay, for him, I'm gonna do all the way back to the, I think I did the 1st of January. And because Sonia Summers was caught in, with him, and is connected to the Faceless, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go all the way back to the 1st. But, that got denied. It's been denied on the grounds. I said a couple of times with me now with the same judge, and I don't know how I feel about it, but it's basically the duration requested is so extended. Hey, Sky.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, question. Where did you get that ping?
Just around the corner over here.
Basically, the duration was so long that you might find evidence of other crimes, and so.
Right here, literally right here.
So weird.
So there was nobody here, nothing here.
I know all the other people. You're saying that they like got a note with his number and stuff on
every
it?
single person. I know of 3. I'm sorry, I don't mean to jump in.
He texted me directly. Yeah.
See, I think most of the notes included his phone number and made the implication of like keep in touch.
Yeah, no, he got in contact with me. He said, really gotta work on that response time. She might still be here if you had some urgency. I told him to go to hell. He said, "Aw, you don't mean that." And I said, "Whatever fiber of my being I do." He said, "She's not at rest yet, you know? When you go out like that, who knows if you could truly be at rest." I said, "She'll be at rest once you're rotting in prison." And he said, "As long as I'm alive, she won't be." And I said, "No, I believe in justice, not getting even." And I haven't gotten a response.
He's such a sick bastard. He really is.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. He when he was granted bail that day, when he was brought in custody originally, he basically was asking me like, "Oh, are you scared? Are you afraid of dying and stuff like that?" And I told him like, I will never be afraid of him, and I'm not afraid of dying. And he said, "Okay, we'll see about that." So he's just trying to scare me. On other topics, though, Barrick, I'm gonna tell you, Richard, the same thing I told Rhodes. He did write a note. There's the notebook that we talked about.
Yeah.
with the goodbyes in it. There are several people with specialized notes towards them. You have one. You are welcome to read it if you'd like.
I've read the notebook already.
You already read it all? Okay.
Yeah, I got the search warrant,
did.
so I read it.
Yeah, I tried to read it before, but they put it in the wrong put it back in the wrong locker. And so I had to get in contact with her, but it's in there now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do we know how he's doing otherwise? Like just
As far as I was told today, I was told by Perez, and Perez obviously is in Hades with Kit. She's like they saw him, were in contact with him. He's just kind of doing his mountain man thing, wandering around. Apparently, he's got a big old backpack on stuff, just walking around, thinking about things that have happened. He does have a new number, but he's not making any phone calls to people or anything like that. He's just, I guess, he doesn't know who to trust right now.
What's his new number? You got it?
I don't have it.
Okay.
No. Perez didn't even, I don't even know if Perez has it. But, he basically just told me to be in Limitless at all times, and Barrick will call, if he wants to. But it would be from an unknown number.
I normally avoid those, so it's a good thing you mentioned that.
Yeah, I just...
Well, I mean, obviously, whatever happened to him is gonna have an effect on him, and it sounds like he's sort of gone back to before he was hired in the police department, which is fucking crazy, because how you're explaining him to me is how I found him on Alta when Turner was around, and then coincidentally Turner was around yesterday.
Turner's around?
He was around yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, it was... Me and him would just walk around the city before we got rehired.
So crazy. The timing of all of this. Yeah, I don't understand why. Like, was it purely just to gauge response time? Like, because if there was no note, like everybody else, for you specifically, and then he mentioned something about response time, he was watching. There's a million places you can watch from here, right? Like, maybe yours just was for the sake of determining response time as opposed to everyone else's, which was a, hey, here's my number, keep in contact.
No, I think it's quite literally just to try to taunt me, because when
100%.
they shot Pierce, I was there within, like, as soon as, like, her alert went off, and I was there maybe within 5 to 10 seconds. So almost as fast as you can be without being directly on the fucking scene.
Right.
Obviously they were already gone since our buttons, like, you know, they go off like 30 seconds or whatever it is. So
it's still crazy how that all worked out, where I had a traffic stop with him, then went towards Mission Row, and the passenger was silent and masked up with the motorcycle helmet, and then as I'm pulling up to Mission Row, they're going through the alleyway towards Little Bighorn, and then I explain this as like, it's the only car I saw in that general area, and then you explain what you saw earlier, and it's like everything just fucking, the pieces of the puzzle all just connected.
Yep.
I don't understand why some people opt to live that life, which is like entirely unnecessary. There's no reason. Actually, that's not true. They want power and control. And so they take vulnerable people and give them a sort of a flawed purpose, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the proper justification is, but I know how I'm going to treat him. I'm not paying him any attention. I'm not giving him the time of day. My responses to him are going to be short, to the point, pretty much saying and giving nothing. Because I feel like if he's trying to provoke a response, giving him that response will only encourage him to do it more and more and more. And although I haven't gotten anything yet, I imagine it's coming in the near future.
I'm gonna be honest. I think if people are gonna try to provoke you with this stuff, it's going to be flop.
Well, I know what I'll say. Maybe I won't. No. I'm not going to. I'm not gonna poke the bear. But what I would want to say, rather, is I don't know. I guess it would depend on whether or not this was like verbal, but it's considerably more than what he said the day he was wearing the fucking mask in the passenger seat. Didn't say a fucking word. But I'm going to keep that to myself and not say that to provoke a response.
Well, he gets out of prison in like 21 in change hours, I believe. Basically at the start
pretty
of shift
much
3 again.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
And then he'll be on parole for 7 days.
the thing is, he will do stuff on parole.
Absolutely.
There's not a doubt in my mind. And it doesn't even matter if he ultimately gets caught doing something during parole. It's irrelevant, because he'll fall back on, you know, the whole idea of accepting this new lifestyle and responsibility for what he's done. And I don't know if it was you or Richard that told me that how this is so in line with how any ex-cop joining.
Exactly, like there's a lot of parallels with what
Yeah.
happened with TJ.
Yep. That's the biggest concern, because it seems as though right now, if you are a police officer who feels they have been wronged, or by any means, whether that's you leaving the police department, you getting fired, whatever, the only way, seemingly, that you can prove yourself as fully being done with that life is taking the life of another cop. And that is fucking wild.
I will say, in the couple exchanges I've had with Sean, he's hinted towards our friend at the lighthouse, trying to get me to go talk to him, and like trying to push me to set up some kind of deal.
Don't do it.
Oh, nope. I don't touch that place with a 10-foot pole.
Mm-hmm.
I will let Anastasia rest.
As
Yeah,
she should.
We've seen Sean out that way.
Well, that's how I got him in a chase before he was apprehended. Was I went up towards the lighthouse and it was there.
Shang's car was up there on a couple of days ago too. It's just a group of people obsessed with death.
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
For a group named what they are, can't they just take the fucking hint?
True. True.
It's right in front of them. And yet it's Sky, whatever you do, and I know you've already said you never would, but it doesn't matter how appealing they make that deal seem, it's not worth it.
I've heard enough stories. I'm good.
Maple's calling me. Give me a second. Hey, Maple. Okay.
What's going on here? I was pressing the wrong button.
Okay. What's up? Let's see.
Wave. Oh yeah, I had a meeting with Nino and Mumbles, the new mayors, on, when was that, Monday? Monday night? Something like that? I'll fill you guys in when, when we're free.
I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong. Though I don't know that I would shorten accomplice. I'd probably just spell it out just for the sake of someone not confusing that.
Hey, big man
with
Dan.
accessory.
I'm doing good, thank you, buddy. How are you?
But aside from that, yeah, I don't see any issue with that. No problemo. When did you get that clarification? Is this like very recent? Okay. All right. Perfect.
Hey, girl.
What happened with this? Dark Souls and that talk. I mean, not much to be honest.
Okay, but we don't charge for.
Kind of expected.
We don't charge
you know?
for attempts. So, like, unless a charge has an attempt, like an attempted murder. No. But my question is, if somebody attempts to get somebody who's in custody but fails to do so.
I don't know about that one. I've charged people for attempted assault and battery before.
Because the other requires that the person escape the custody. So if they take the person, right, the person who is in cuffs is getting escaping custody. The person who picked him up is getting accomplice to escaping custody. But
by the way,
it's a little wonky.
We have a
because,
problem. Let me find it.
I don't know. Because we don't charge for attempts before, years ago, many years ago, the penal code was written in a way where it stated if you attempt a crime, you're guilty of a crime. So it didn't matter if you were successful. Ultimately, the attempt in and of itself was enough. So in that case, pushing escaping custody would apply. But if they didn't actually escape the custody, are we instead defaulting to felony obstruction?
Package for R Dark. Yeah, we'll dig into this. We'll dig into this soon. Some shit's happened yesterday. How many players are on the server right now? 49. It's not too bad.
I don't know. Like it makes me question whether or not this is something that can be sorted in like meetings as opposed to an announcement. I don't know.
What's in here? What's he got?
I mean, yes,
Jesus,
you're not wrong there. You're certainly not wrong.
How much bloody ammo?
Okay, so the thing is, if they want to go down the route of
You can delete that
if they're
guy's character
successful in
screen.
doing
No, yeah,
so,
true.
then that increased crime should not have a lesser time. Like the consequence isn't making sense when escaping custody is 11 months and felony obstruction is 18. Although it does have an increased fine of like, I don't know, $400 extra. Like the math ain't mathing. Yeah. Though I do think judges do have on their priority list to sort out the penal code, both definition wise and stuff. So that could potentially just get resolved in the near future.
Oop. Has there been anything happening this morning?
If they're saying felony
Twitter?
obstruction is a lesser charge, then they can't be found not guilty by not pushing escaping custody. Like if it really is just one or the other, then an officer would have the choice to push one or the other. So it's probably not a big deal. Yeah, I don't see it being much an issue. All right.
Get off the phone, Matt. Jesus.
Why?
He's yapping. I'm going to the bathroom. I need the loot.
Right. Oh. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the window tint charge, did that not change before the government shit changed and like was a city hall like? All right. Well, if we got rid of everything else, we might as well get rid of that. No, I mean to get rid of it as in roll it back. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree. It is silly if they say follow this process and then hear your process or hear your reasoning and this is the process, and then they say, yeah, I get where you're coming from, but don't want to open a can of worms. Denied. I'm gonna be real. I don't want window tint on my fucking car. I had it once. I couldn't see shit when I needed to shoot someone. It was the most atrocious thing ever in existence.
There's no way he's still on the phone. The fuck?
Oh, well, whatever vehicle I was in, I could not.
I'm about to run away. Yeah,
it was the Taurus at the time, for sure.
actual yapper. I keep right-clicking by accident.
Maple, I got a dip. I'm speaking with Richard. All right, bye. Will do. It's easier if I just say Richard. Don't worry.
Yep.
I'm sorry. We were just talking about window tint, and I don't want to delay this conversation. I don't even know where we left off.
Look what you've done.
No deal. No deal. That's it.
No, that's not happening.
Good. Been there, done that.
Is TOT on Sean at the minute?
I have not the slightest idea what TRT is doing anymore since Jimmy was fired.
Jimmy got fired.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Did Carmine get fired too?
No, he did not. Neither did Gregory Johnson.
Why not? What they did was equal and or worse. Especially Gregory.
Oh, you're gonna make me go on a rant. I can't talk about this topic. I will go on a rant.
That actually, that doesn't make any sense. There's some favoritism going on.
Who the fuck likes Carmine?
Probably Peter's.
Fifth one. That too.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Carmine makes me laugh here and there. But, like, there's no way they're going to take a workhorse like Frost in 3. And if Richard is telling me what the others did was equal or worse, no, there ain't no way.
So the Carmine one. They're claiming that Ruby told him to go to talk to Nino and tell him the information that he did. That's what they're claiming. And then with Johnson, it was decided because we did the initial punishment, and that was myself and Daisy. We did the initial punishment, and now it's, you know, it had been like well over a month later, I think, basically. To go in retrospectively and be like, oh, you're fired, actually was in poor taste. And just decided not to fire him this time. He is hardly on duty as it is anyway. Essentially. And then there was new evidence found against Jimmy Frost of the high command type. So he was fired. They weighed his grievance more heavily because he is a command member.
So would that not just imply, like, a heftier consequence within the PD that doesn't necessarily have to result in a firing? Because that seems excessive.
Apparently, a demotion from sergeant to officer wasn't enough.
Huh?
And they want, yeah.
But they are shooting themselves in the fucking leg and don't even realize it. Holy fuck.
They don't care about shift 3, Rhodes. They don't give a fuck about us. They don't care about the shift. They don't at all. Hello. Maybe.
Facts, bro. I couldn't agree more.
Shut up, idiot man.
They just don't care.
Hey, I hope that. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not gonna say.
Just say it. Say it.
hell?
That fucking guy.
Yeah, that seems incredibly short-sighted. I can tell you now, if I was a member of High Command and it was explained to me that way, there's no way in a... What?
What are you gonna say?
Sorry, I'm just gonna talk to Dark specifically.
What? What?
I hope the faceless fucking decapitates you.
The fuck did you want?
Hey! Hey! Oh! Hee
Oh, wow.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this guy's... Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah. So...
Having it explained that way, where one is a... Oh my... Hold on. Can I ask this? Obviously, I'm not privy to exactly what was, like, the context of what was said, but, like, what is Frost accused of leaking? Like, specifically? Did he give an officer's location? Like, are we dealing with who did that? Oh my god. It was so many years ago, but, like, they gave an officer's location and then that officer, I don't know if they got shot or died or something. Like, was it calling someone up and being like, hey, fuck off?
I mean, we could...
Let's go over here.
I mean, I don't.
Because like
I feel like I think Dark would probably know exactly what was leaked more than I would.
I don't
because
want. Listen,
gonna be
I'm not
honest
trying to
with
get
you,
either of
Reds.
y'all in trouble either. So
Well,
like, if this isn't info I should know, don't tell me. But like,
a lot
the
of
context obviously matters. And if he was, the thing is, it would be unlike Frost to be giving an officer's location to someone or telling someone, you know, go this way to avoid the police. You know what I mean? Like, all of that is unlike Frost. So I can't fathom what he would have actually said or have been accused of stating, or leaking, to justify being fired. It's just it's so crazy. Like, his punishment was more severe, despite the fact that what caused this is seemingly on par or less severe than other people who were not fired. And the justification was, well, he was of command, so it's weighed differently. And while I understand that, holy fuck, do you not see the value in someone who's already in command?
They don't, because they don't look at shift 3. They don't care about what goes on in shift 3. They don't know
Oh my
everything that
God.
he does,
Keep
even
my
though I
opinion
tried
out
to
of this
explain
one.
it.
Ooh.
But as far as like the details of the leak and stuff, I actually wasn't privy to the information because I was a suspect of the leak.
Huh?
Because I had 2 phone calls with Jackie Snow.
Yeah, and I had one too when he called me and told me I should stop pursuing a certain car the day that he was caught. And he told me he
Yeah,
didn't
but
want me to get hurt. And then he gets out of the fucking car and starts shooting at me.
yeah, but do you have a 297-page document listing out apparent ways that you're corrupt? That
Oh
certain
my
members
God.
of the PD still believe to this day for whatever reason?
Well, people are fucking stupid. Holy fuck.
Well, I mean, the investigation's over and the guy's been fired, so I don't think it's really privileged information anymore.
This is my formal request to notify, or to, this is my intent for a FOIA.
Essentially, Sean McQuillan was robbing a cash exchange. This was, I think it was really early on after Snow's warrant had been written. Not the search warrant, but the arrest warrant. I think it was maybe the day of or the day after. I might be completely wrong about that. It might be a few days after that. By the way, Sean McQuillan was at a cash exchange robbery. And I guess he went out to talk to the officers, and Frost was there. I think Ruby was there. Mello? I can't remember. But basically, the claim that was made and is founded was that basically Sean went to speak to him, not about anything in particular, and noticed that Frost was like being down about stuff, I guess. So Sean, you know, as he does, starts digging for the tea, and Frost starts spilling it about the whole search of Jackie's property and things like that. And so Sean was asking about the warrant, and Jimmy gave over all the information about his arrest warrant that obviously wasn't public or anything like that. But, you know, it was, I think it was like I can't remember. I think it was like $3 million in fines, 400 charges, a hut charge, you know, that kind of thing. And told Sean...
Hold on. Oh, sorry. I'll let you finish, because surely there's more.
No, he told... That was it. He told Sean all the details of Jackie Snow's warrant.
He told him the charges of an arrest warrant.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would get fired if I called someone up and said, you have a warrant out for your arrest. These are the charges. If you were to plead guilty and turn yourself in right now, I give you this time off, and this is the fine. I would get fired?
I think that's up to your high command, I'll be honest.
Huh?
I think it's. I think the difference was that he wasn't talking to Snow. He was talking to some random Irish guy from ADMC.
What's the difference? What about the... What has changed?
What do you mean?
What changed? What was affected?
You want about with
No.
Snow?
Yes. Because, for example, with perjury, right?
Yeah.
There needs to be something that was lied about that actually sort of changes the outcome or like would change the course in court. It can't just be a white lie that meant absolutely nothing. What changed? How is it so detrimental that 3 months down the fucking road he gets fired?
Apparently, also, Peters was very pissed off at the fact that, according to him, when Jimmy was questioned about the leak and, Jimmy denied it and everything like that, saying that he would never do such a thing. And then, the new evidence was brought out against Jimmy. Peters was pissed at the fact that he was saying that Jimmy, like, blatantly lied to his face and stuff like that. Which, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy just fucking forgot. Because it was so long.
That's not a fucking leak. Listen, if somebody who had a warrant out for their arrest said, Rhodes, what are my charges? What's my time and fine? And that's the only information I fucking gave them, or an attorney called on their behalf, would I say it to some random Joe Schmo? Probably not. But, like, that's not a leak. That's not hidden information. People need to know why they're going to be arrested.
I can agree with you that I think that people should know what their warrants are. I do agree with you on that, but this wasn't Snow. This was someone else.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me take a look at the roster here. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm a very logical thinker. I would argue. Okay. Den has a warrant out for his arrest for violating a court order.
Yeah.
And I'm confused.
He's fired. It just hasn't been reflected on anything for what.
Okay.
Because basically it makes Peters upset. But Daisy.
I was
going to
say there's no way.
She's fired. He's fired.
There's no way one of the big people in this whole case gets a violation of a court order, an active warrant out for their arrest.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the paperwork since I won't do it.
And the person who gave charges, time, and fine gets fired, but not the person who didn't do the court case that they were expected to do. And to be clear, I don't dislike Dan at all. I actually like Shiesty.
What do you mean
He's
by
like-
the charges, time, and fine? What was that? Who's that?
This is referring to Frost.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's no way someone who in that same situation, because that all revolves around the same scenario, that the person responsible for the court case doesn't do court case stuff, gets violation of a court order, has an indefinite warrant pending their arrest, and they're still an officer, and the person who charges oh my, I am confusion. The math is not mathin'.
I mean, I would say, I'll make an argument for, I guess, the other side of the coin, which was, let's say Jackie wasn't aware of his charges, which we don't know whether he was or not already, right? Then he finds out from